Number 1. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. The love story of Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie began in 2004 on the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. At the time, Brad was married to Jennifer Aniston, and no one expected that this film would change Hollywood forever. Their on-screen chemistry was electric, and soon rumors started spreading that something more was happening behind the scenes. In 2005, Brad and Jennifer announced their separation, and the media quickly connected it to Angelina. Not long after, Brad and Angelina were seen together publicly, and Brangelina was born, a couple that would dominate headlines for years. They didn't just build a relationship, they built a family. Together, they raised 6 children, some adopted, some biological, and became one of the most photographed families in the world. They worked on humanitarian projects, traveled globally, and appeared unstoppable. Fans believed they were the definition of a modern power couple. After nearly 10 years together, they finally married in 2014 in a private ceremony in France. It seemed like a fairy tale ending. But just 2 years later, in 2016, Angelina filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. Reports mentioned disagreements over parenting and an alleged incident on a private flight. Investigations followed, but the marriage could not be saved. What came next was a long and complicated legal battle over custody of their 6 children. Court hearings lasted for years, and private matters became public headlines. The glamorous love story that once defined Hollywood slowly turned into one of its most talked-about divorces. In the end, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's relationship became a reminder that even the strongest-looking romances can fall apart behind closed doors. Number 2. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. The relationship between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard began like a Hollywood romance. The two met while filming The Rum Diary in 2009, but sparks truly flew a few years later. At the time, Johnny was ending his long-term relationship, and Amber was rising steadily in Hollywood. Their connection quickly became serious, and in 2015, they married in a private ceremony. But what seemed glamorous on the outside soon began to unravel. Just 1 year later, in 2016, Amber Heard filed for divorce and requested a restraining order, alleging domestic abuse. The accusations shocked fans around the world. Photos, court documents, and emotional statements flooded the media. Johnny Depp strongly denied the allegations, calling them false. The divorce was finalized later in 2016, but the story didn't end there. In 2018, Amber wrote an op-ed discussing her experience with abuse. Though she did not mention Johnny by name, Johnny responded by filing a defamation lawsuit, claiming the article damaged his reputation and career. What followed in 2022 became one of the most publicly watched celebrity trials in modern history. The courtroom proceedings were broadcast live, and millions followed every testimony, audio recording, and cross-examination. Both sides presented disturbing claims of toxic arguments, emotional instability, and mutual conflict. The trial deeply impacted both careers. Johnny argued he lost major film roles, including his place in big franchises. Amber claimed she faced online harassment and professional setbacks. Social media turned the case into a global debate, with fans passionately choosing sides. In the end, the court largely ruled in Johnny Depp's favor, awarding him significant damages, though Amber also won a smaller counterclaim. But beyond the verdict, the case left a lasting mark on both of them. Their relationship, which once seemed passionate and exciting, became a cautionary tale about fame, conflict, and how private pain can become public spectacle. What started as a love story ended as one of Hollywood's most controversial legal battles. Number 3. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. The relationship between Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, later legally known as Ye, was one of the most high-profile romances of the 2010s. What made their story even more fascinating was that Kanye had openly admired Kim for years before they officially became a couple. By 2012, they confirmed their relationship, and the media frenzy began almost instantly. In 2013, they welcomed their first child, Northwest, and their bond appeared stronger than ever. Then came the wedding that captured global attention. In May 2014, Kim and Kanye married in a lavish ceremony in Florence, Italy. The event was nothing short of royal. Designer gowns, celebrity guests, and endless headlines. They quickly became known as a fashion and pop culture power couple, constantly redefining red carpet style and dominating social media trends. Over the years, they built a family of 4 children: North, Saint, Chicago, and Psalm. On the outside, their life looked glamorous. Private jets, luxury homes, fashion empires, and chart-topping music. Kim expanded her business ventures into beauty and shapewear, while Kanye continued to shape music and fashion with bold creativity. But behind the scenes, challenges were growing. Kanye became increasingly vocal on social media, sharing controversial political opinions and deeply personal thoughts. His unpredictable posts often place strain not only on his public image but also on their marriage. Kim, who had built a carefully curated brand, sometimes found herself responding to public situations she hadn't anticipated. In 2020, Kanye made headlines during a presidential campaign rally where he shared emotional and private details about their family. Shortly after, he posted a series of tweets that hinted at serious marital struggles. The public began to sense that their relationship was in trouble. In early 2021, Kim Kardashian officially filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. While there was no explosive courtroom drama like some other celebrity splits, the emotional weight of their separation was clear. They worked toward co-parenting their 4 children, but tensions occasionally resurfaced, especially when Kanye publicly commented on Kim's personal life after the separation. The divorce was finalized in 2022. Both moved forward in different directions. Kim focusing on her businesses and legal studies, and Kanye continuing his music and fashion projects, though often surrounded by controversy. Their love story began with admiration and grand gestures, evolved into a cultural empire, and ultimately ended in separation. Number 4. Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes. The relationship between Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes moved incredibly fast. In 2005, Katie openly admitted during an interview that she had once had a crush on Tom Cruise. Not long after, they began dating, and the romance quickly became headline news. Just weeks into their relationship, Tom famously declared his love for Katie on national television, even jumping on a couch during an interview with Oprah. The moment became iconic and controversial at the same time. Some saw it as romantic enthusiasm, others thought it was too intense. By 2006, the couple welcomed their daughter, Suri, and later that year, they married in a lavish ceremony in Italy. Their wedding looked like a fairy tale, filled with celebrity guests and media coverage from around the world. On the surface, they appeared happy and deeply committed. However, over time, rumors began circulating about tensions in their marriage. Reports suggested that differences related to Tom's strong involvement in Scientology created distance between them. Though neither publicly shared many details, speculation grew steadily. Then in 2012, in a move that shocked Hollywood, Katie Holmes suddenly filed for divorce. What surprised many people was how quickly everything was settled. Within weeks, the divorce agreement was finalized, and Katie was granted primary custody of their daughter. The sudden ending of what once looked like a passionate and glamorous romance left fans stunned. Their relationship had begun with dramatic public declarations of love, and ended with a quiet, swift separation. Number 5. Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt. The marriage between Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt was once considered Hollywood's ultimate fairy tale. When they married in 2000 in a beautiful Malibu ceremony, fans saw them as the perfect couple. Successful, attractive, and deeply in love. Jennifer was at the height of her fame from Friends, and Brad was one of the biggest movie stars in the world. For years, they appeared inseparable on red carpets and interviews, often speaking warmly about each other. The media labeled them a true power couple, and the public adored them. Everything about their relationship seemed stable and glamorous. But in 2004, Brad began filming Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Angelina Jolie, and rumors of on-set chemistry started to spread. At first, the couple brushed off the gossip. However, in early 2005, Jennifer and Brad announced their separation, saying it was a mutual decision. Soon after, photos of Brad vacationing with Angelina surfaced, and the narrative quickly shifted. Many fans blamed the split on a new romance, while others believed the marriage had already been struggling privately. Their divorce was finalized later in 2005, ending what many had believed was a lasting Hollywood love story. Even years later, whenever Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt appear in the same room, headlines resurface, proving that their breakup remains one of the most talked about celebrity splits of all time.